So, you know the format. There's a little company update. We're going to talk about some products. We're going to talk about some promotions, and really what is IT today should be events, and we're going to edit that. On a company basis, there's so much going on, and right now I'm talking to you all live from the headquarters in Stockholm. And like I said last week, there are so many moving parts that are right now activated in order to really follow through on this huge launch plan that the company has over the next month to come. And as you know, and I'll be talking about this at the end of the call here today, we are building and ramping up for an unprecedented end of month in Dubai, where we are preparing a lot of things for. Now, when you attend events like that, and when you see this, one tends to sit down and say, okay, this is good, but actually it takes so much preparation. And being a corporate is when you get to see everything from the inside, all of the creation, but you also get to see some of the complexity going on here. And I think one of the things that the company is doing very, very well at the moment is really decomplexing things, making sure to implement a lot of standards. This may sound very boring to you as a network and being out there as a field leader, but what it actually does, it allows the company to move faster and move in a more secure space. What we mean with that is you'll be able to faster communicate. You'll be able to communicate more precise with all of the actions that are taken right now. For you, that simply means that the company would be able to service your organization a lot better. And one of the things that you're going to realize, particularly when you're in Dubai, we're going to have a look back, and we're going to have a look into the future to really understand how much things can change once people are coming together for the right idea at the right time. Now, when it comes to products, last week we had the pleasure of having the CEO of Moonbird on the call, Mr. Redomosa. Unfortunately, somebody posted in YouTube that there was a new CEO for Crowd1. So if you're that person, make sure you delete that immediately in YouTube. And also here's something I really want to ask all of you guys who are in the field. If you see stuff online that is simply not true, make sure you reach out to these individuals. If not, make sure you make customer service and the compliance department aware of it, because it is destroying the message of the company. It is confusing people out there, and it's misleading them. And what that does, it takes focus away from what it is that we're doing here, and it takes focus away from your business. So let me give you a Moonbird update, because since the last time when we spoke with Reto, a lot of people has been signing up for Moonbird, and a lot of stuff is happening behind the scenes with Moonbird. What I mean with that is that right now, all of the skeleton and everything of the updated design and functionality on the site has been completed. Content is being uploaded, and the user journey is being scouted for bugs and whatnot to ensure that we have a smooth initial experience. What has happened with Moonbird is really that they have elevated their product to a whole new level to be ready for all of you guys on the 14th, when you can start the registration process. And boy, do you want to be registered here. There has been some questions relative to the site, and I'll hope to clarify much of that in here. When you look at Moonbird, what you need to understand is that there's so much you can get there. They have the 3 pillars that we just saw on the slide before, but under the academy side, you can learn everything about the basics of crypto. Meaning, what is it you need to know? What is it you need to understand to really have a fundament of starting your education? This is an independent education. This is an independent thing of the academy that you can sit down and you can take, which means that this academy is not just in a high level. It simply means it meets the client exactly where the client is to ensure that everybody has a good and a safe journey with this crypto space. Now, it also has classes about buying and selling crypto. Now, when you know that in future, everything is turning to crypto, you would think that buying and selling crypto, knowing how to, doing it the right way would be very, very relevant, not just for you, but for anyone. Investing strategies. So how do you invest if you want to invest in cryptocurrency? What's important to look out for? What's the strategy? Are you day trading? Do you need to sit things out? These things you can learn, and the value of that is really up to the individual once applied into a daily routine. Also, it talks about trading strategies. That's maybe for the person who says, I like to trade. I like to be active with my portfolio. So what kind of strategies should I follow there? Is that just sitting and waiting and hoping? Or are there actually a plan to be had with this? And I think you will see there's a great plan to be had. You're going to learn about DeFi. You're going to learn how to earn without selling your cryptos. Just think about that. You can have cryptos and you can actually earn from it without even selling it. If that sounds interesting, get Moonbird. You're going to learn about NFTs. I mean, right now, the world is gone NFT. Everybody's talking about this digital phenomenon. And so here, you're educating yourself on what it really is. Moreover, you're educating your team. You're educating your neighbors. They're educating themselves by using this tool. And you can go into, deeper and more theory. There's so much that is coming to the academy, but all of these things are ready from day one, and it will be something that the users can enjoy. Now, also, there are the insights. These are the analytics. These are the reports. This is the area where you really save so much time, because this is really concentrated information. What I mean with that is that this is the area where you will, in a very short oversight, have an appreciation and an understanding of what is going on globally. Everything is coming into this report here from so many different reports that journalists are reading up on, taking the essential stuff out and making it simple and available to the user. So the insights will be something that you will revisit all of the time. Another thing here is top deals. The top deal area is really, really interesting. I had a conversation with a friend of mine yesterday who said, you know what? He was talking about a young guy who looked for deals and had been looking for deals over a longer period of time, meaning like 6 to 12 months. This young man had, without investing a single cent, simply by participating in different deals, built himself a portfolio of different tokens, and it had a collective value of something that would be equivalent to a very healthy annual income, just out of studying it, out of following up, out of identifying where these opportunities were. With Moonbird, these opportunities are going to be made available directly to you and to anyone who sits and uses Moonbird. If you think about the consequence of that your neighbor, your friends that you may not been able to excite for any project yet, can sit there and literally benefit from this. Your Moonbird and the whole concept is simply going to groom them for what is to come. I think that the essence here is that Moonbird really is something that it's a learning process. It's something you either you embrace it, you take it on, and you go with it, and you become smarter with it, and you prosper through that learning process, or you learn it the hard way at the end of the line when you are forced to learn it. And so Moonbird here to me is really spectacular. I want to remind you all that there is an exclusive offering promotion for the Crowd1 members. For a 6-month package, you're not paying 399 euros, which will be the price. Right now, for existing members, you're only paying 49 euros. Now, included in that is a 10 BP and 500 loyalty points. I've had some questions relative to this where people are asking, so do I have to buy a new package after the 6 months? And yes, when the subscription ends, you need to buy a new package. If you like to have good deals, if you like to stay informed, if you like to educate yourself on this space, you of course need to do that after the period has gone. What's also very important is that you understand the top here. All subscriptions, new and existing, have to redeem their vouchers within a period of 90 days. Meaning from the time you activate, you redeem your voucher, you have a 6-month period where you can use this. And for those maybe thinking, oh, I'm going to wait a little bit with redeeming mine, it's the same as saying, I'm going to stay in the dark a little bit longer. I'm going to stay without the information a little bit longer. And that's the very last thing you want to do in a fast-moving space. So this is really something where you need to dive into. And again, you as leaders, I expect you all to have it. I mean, of course you would have it. But when you talk about your business colleagues, when you talk about your potential partners, when you talk about your family, your friends, they need you to let them in, and they need you to understand this unique offer. And so make sure you reach out and have them save 88% of the price right now. But moreover than saving 88%, it's everything that they are gaining. If you look at the packages in future, and it's just to keep that with you here, in the white package, every white package in future will have a 6-month subscription. That will cost in the shop 399 euros. And with the new price, when you pay an annual fee, and on top of that, you pay the 109 euros, you're at a total of 129 euros, and you are getting product worth 399 euros, and you get 6 months where you can utilize this. This simply means that when you go to the market, when you're launching the business, your tangible value in there, and from the 14th of this month, you'll be able to really enjoy that. Only a few days left here, and also only a few days left of the promotion, because on the 14th, this promotion is coming to an end, and you are paying the full $399. So if you're not with the program at that time, you can go and you can buy the full price, and you will still have all the benefits. It still has the value of $399. Why not make sure to have it now? You see, in the black package, you'll have 9 months. In the gold, you will have a year's subscription. And with the titanium and titanium pro, you're literally having a lifetime. So think about that. You're starting your business. You have a lifetime of knowledge, a lifetime of people working for you, and on top of all of the benefits of the titanium and the titanium pro. Now, these promotions that we also need to run through here is the cargo drop. The cargo drop really, it's been said many times, but I had a meeting yesterday with one of the guys from Planet IX, and it is definitely the end of it. On April 18th at 1700 CET is the last time that you're able to access Planet IX with any benefits. I think I tried every week to tell you why I think this is so important that you get in and you take part in the cargo drops. Because when you look at the product offering of Crowd1, this is really a project partner. This is the one project that the company took from the very idea into really becoming a market leader in record speed. What's happening right now behind the scenes in Planet IX is basically going in two directions. First of all, the platform. So much stuff is happening, being launched on a regular basis, getting out there. The Discord is more and more busy. So many things are speeding up there. And I tell you, they have a very, very strong internal plan. The other part that is really moving is anything related to exchanges and the communication to the public market. See, the IX token and the Planet IX project has not yet really enjoyed the benefits of the open market for real. But all the indicators, all of the KPIs, the key performance indexes of Planet IX are really in the green. They are like ultra good. And when I say that, it's not something that just I would say. Planet IX had different groups traveling to Dubai and participating on a global exhibition for all of this. And this was also mentioned by, I believe, both Kenny and Jonas in their calls. But the feedback that they got down there, the attention that Planet IX got from all of these different market leaders was, nothing but marvelous. They were so amazed about, the numbers that Planet IX could perform. They were so amazed, not just with the number of people and the volume in there, but what they really noticed was how loyal the member base was and how that transcends into tangible value. So what they are really looking for and what the market is grooming for is really for the big market to come in to Planet IX. And that's when we're really going to see the full potential of the project starting to unfold. Because this is not something that's going to unfold over a month and basically be done with. You're going to see the beginning of a long, carefully planned journey here. And again, this is the end of it. It includes 50 business points. You have the 1,500 loyalty points for each package. And on April 18th at 5 o'clock CET, that is where it ends. And also, if you have problems with transfers or not, at that time, it will shut down. It will no longer be available. I got that confirmed. So, before we move to the end of this, here's what I would like you to think about. I'd like you to think about these two terms, learning versus studying. When we learn something, we often talk about things that we learn from experience, meaning what has happened to us already. Learning often refers to something in the past, something that has already happened. Now, the reality is that when we go through life, you and I might experience exactly the same thing, but it's possible for us to learn two very, very different things. So what's the difference? Why is it that one person learns one thing and another person learns, another thing? Well, what is it that makes that difference so severe? The difference is often in how we emotionally connect to things. It is how we see things. Do we see an obstacle as an opportunity, or do we see it as a showstopper? Do we see challenging times as proof that it does not work, or do we see challenging times as proof as we overcame it? We got better from it. Oftentimes, when you look back in your life, you will have learned more from hard times than you will ever learn from good times. See, good times, our brains relax. Good times, we lean back. Good times, we don't really reflect. It's in the hard times that we really start learning. Only we got to be careful with what it is that we're learning. Now, how am I careful with that? The way you're careful with what you're learning is by questioning your learning. Questioning if there was another lesson in that you might have missed out. Because it's actually possible for you to learn something and then look back at it and learn more from the very same experience. Maybe you learned what didn't work and you are now able to avoid that in the future. But you could maybe also learn which part of it really worked very well, and you can apply that into the future. When you talk about studying is not something you're experiencing. This is something you're oftentimes reading. It's something you're listening to. It's something you are looking out for. You're trying to sort of predict the future. And when you study something, it can be for an exam, but that's like studying, predicting the future. You're trying to learn a test that you have not yet gotten. That's what studying is all about. You know that there's a test at the end of your studying. You know there's something you need to do. Now, the sad fact is that most people do not understand that studying relates to the future. Most of us are majoring in minor things. Most of us are studying the safe stuff. And the safe stuff is studying the past because it already happened. And now we study something that we no longer have influence on. And when we study our mindset, the past, when we study the past, our mindset becomes the most important thing. Because if you can study your past, but you can't do it for long, you can study it to look for solutions. But what you really should do is you should study the future. You should be oriented. Where are things going? What is it important that I learn right now in order to fare better tomorrow? What is it that will be needed tomorrow? Moonbird is a perfect example of it. So many people out there know about crypto. They know it because they heard about it. They know enough to maybe talk a little bit about it, but do they have a wallet? Do they know how to set one up? Do they know how to transfer? Do they know how to maybe stake? Or do they need to ask that? Do they need to seek that help? Because if you seek the help now, if you have the willingness to study what's required of you tomorrow you will be able to lead. When we are looking at this month, we will need to do both. We will need to learn from the past, and we will do that, and we will show you how the company has learned from the past. But we will also show you what the company has done to study the future. The amount of hours invested, the amount of money invested into studying how to really prepare, how to set everything up, how to be able to present the best possible opportunity, those numbers are mind-blowing. And on the vision launch in Dubai, you are going to see on April 21st and April 22nd, presidents and above, you will see what we learned from the past. What is the conclusion? You're also going to see where we're going to go. And you are going to have a much better outlook for what is it you need to study? What is it that we can do together to create the synergy that is required of us to really prosper in the weeks, months, and years to come? If you are not a president and you really want to be there, make sure you contact your upline president. I know there's a waiting list, but I also know that very soon we will open up for this waiting list, and you got to make sure you're on that. And the way that the waiting list is probably going to work is that people are going to say, hey, we got an opening for you. If they do not pick up the phone, the next person is going to be called. It's going to happen very, very rapidly. So make sure you get on the waiting list. Make sure you contact your upline president and really get on this one. Because the days after, we are going on the 23rd, on the 25th, on the 26th, we are 24th, 25th, 26th, we are going to have some new talent drive. So what is that? That is basically where we are inviting people in. Maybe it's somebody, who really didn't start off their business yet, who wants to come and see where's this thing going. I'm ready now to move. Maybe it's a whole new person who comes in, a leader who wants to know, where are you going? Why are people talking about this? On this talent drive, you got to think about this. On the 21st and the 22nd, this vision was just run out. Everybody will know where the company is going. Everybody will know how to answer questions about the past and where we're going into the future. Here you are going to see a Zoom mania. We are going to have all of the management being in there. You're going to have Kenny there. You're going to have Jonas there. You're going to have Jonathan there. You are going to see Johan, the CEO, on these days. And they are going to be available to you and to your guests. So just imagine that when you have the biggest micro-influencer crowd in the world talking about the future, you can literally bring your new people and have them, all of their answers really being clarified by the management. Seeing is believing. Once you are in that location, once you are in that environment, once you are amongst all of those who went through all of the challenges, all of the obstacles, overcame them, gained some valuable lessons, studied some valuable stuff for the future, that time, that space is going to be second to none when you look at it from a business perspective, because this is really going to be the foundation for what is to come. And I think Jonas and Kenny said it very well to all of you. There are so many things that is on the way. On the 21st and on the 22nd, you will get a clear overview of the next at least 6 months of launches in your business, but you're also going to get a 2 and a 3 year perspective on where this company is going to go. So I hope I got your attention. I hope that you created some pictures for yourself. Now, if you're sitting out there and you're listening and you're creating pictures and saying, hey, I might want to go. I can tell you right now whether you are going to go or not. It's going to depend on what you do in the next 60 seconds. Are you going to pick up the phone? Are you going to write that message to your upline president? Are you going to give them that call to say, I want in, sign me up? Or are you going to just think a little bit longer? Are you going to try and reflect on the past, or are you going to study the future? It's really the question that you need to answer for you. And I hope you make a quick decision. I hope you make a decision that is for you and for your future. And with that said, I'm looking forward to inviting you all back to the ALG call again next week, same place, same time. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.